Coming your way on today's show, we have a Jordan Davis injury update. Also, could Jalen Hurts get a Kyler Murray-like contract extension given how well he's played this year? We're covering all of that. First, though, make sure you join us for our watch party tomorrow. Philadelphia Eagles, Thursday Night Football against the Houston Texans, but we're going to make this a Philly special watch party. Of course, the focus is going to be the Birds, but Game 5 of the World Series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Houston Astros taking place at Citizens Bank Park. We'll have that game on the side as well. We'll be reacting to what we hope is going to be a closeout game for the Phils against those cheating Houston Astros. So make sure you lock us in and subscribe to the channel. Going to be a lot of fun as once again, we have a lot of good Super Chat games in store for you, and the beers, of course, will be flowing. To Jordan Davis, that's where we begin. The Philadelphia Eagles placing him on IR today, and we talked about this all throughout the week and when that injury occurred last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, when it didn't really look good. He needed help going off the field with that high ankle sprain, then he got carted off. I thought that with what Nick Sirianni said this week, it kind of pointed to Jordan Davis going to IR, and this ankle sprain, for any athlete out there, it's a very troublesome injury, especially when you're as big as Jordan Davis is going to be and is right now. He's going to miss at least 4 weeks. That, of course, the rules when a player does go on IR. So hopefully he's able to come back from this injury and then join this Eagles defense for the stretch run as we try to chase yet another Super Bowl in the great city of brotherly love. And obviously, from the macro perspective, this is a big loss for this Eagles defense, literally and physically, because he's just a monstrous human being. But the Eagles specifically are going to miss him in the trenches with their run defense. And this is a run defense that's been somewhat spotty already this year under head coach Jonathan Gannon, even though the Eagles are off to this undefeated stellar start at 7-0. But the Eagles against the ground game, they've been a little bit leaky, right? Total yards, 9th in the NFL, which is pretty solid. Yards per game, though, against the rush is 15th in the National Football League, and yards per rush actually north of 5. That's good for 29th in the NFL. And with more snaps that Jordan Davis has received since being that first-round pick out of Georgia, you've seen the potential that he has, and you see the potential of the player that he could grow into over the next couple of years. When the Eagles had drafted him in the first round, I broke it down right here on Eagles Now, and I said the big question with him, not his athleticism, because he certainly has that, it's not the size. It's, is he a 2-down player, or is he a 3-down player, and is he just a run-stuffing nose tackle, or over time can he develop into more of that? And we've seen that he has the potential to be that stud defensive tackle in Jonathan Gannon's scheme, and with him just being on the field, he has an impact just by his lonesome, because he always demands double teams, which opens up other opportunities for Hassan Reddick if he comes home on a blitz, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat. That's the impact that this guy has, and that's why he will be missed as he's on IR for at least the next 4 weeks. Luckily, though, the Eagles don't really have to go looking for a replacement. If they were too concerned about that, I think that Howie Roseman would have brought in a reinforcement on NFL trade deadline day. But you have Fletcher Cox, who's playing at a Pro Bowl caliber level this year, and Javon Hargrave, who against the Pittsburgh Steelers I thought was one of the best defenders on the field. As for what Davis has done in year one, outside of just putting together these incredible clips of him just bulldozing opposing offensive linemen and demanding some of those doubles, 11 solo tackles, 6 stops, 6 hurries, as well as 6 pressures. And at Georgia, he didn't really have to rush the passer all that much, so 6 pressures for him in 7 games played this year with the increasing load that he's been able to receive. Pretty solid numbers there in his rookie campaign, the first for him in the NFL. As for his Pro Football Focus numbers, also very pleased and impressed with these numbers here and figures to my right, because league average is 70 and Davis is well above that. Overall grade 78.4, run defense 77.7, pass rush, again, it's not his strength. He could become better at that, just with that overall bull rush at 64.2. So to wish the big dog well, because he's a former Georgia Bulldog and because he's just a big dog, type his jersey number into the comment section right now to wish Jordan Davis well in his recovery. And this is why you subscribe to the channel. When notable news like this happens, we have you covered here on the show. The goal with this video Can we get to 34,700 subscribers? My goal for the end of this upcoming football season, get to 50,000 subs. We want to make this the preeminent and go-to spot for all of the best Eagles coverage here on YouTube, and I believe that we're doing that right now with informative, entertaining content, daily videos as well, and once again, watch parties like we're doing on Thursday Night Football. Coming up next on the show, with how well Jalen Hurts has been playing this year, and him being in the thick of the MVP conversation, is Jalen Hurts going to get a Kyler Murray-like contract extension? Stay tuned for that. First, though, do you want a free Eagles jersey? That's right, a free Philadelphia Eagles jersey. We're running this campaign here on the channel because the Birds, the last undefeated team in the NFL, and it's a great time for you to get your hands on a jersey. How do you do it? You sign up with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. We flashed you the graphic there just moments ago, but also here's the step-by-step process of what you have to do to get yourself some free Eagles swag. Chatsports.com/EaglesBet. Enter the promo code Eagles125. Sign up. And you have to deposit $100 or more. Sounds like a lot, right? But how about this? In doing so, using that link in that promo code, you get an additional $125 back. I failed elementary algebra at Temple University because I like to talk for a living, right? But 100 plus 125 equals $225 to game with. Make your first bet. Then email us that you followed all those steps, jersey@chatsports.com. Once again, chatsports.com/EaglesBet, promo code Eagles125. And if you want to lay down some money on the Philadelphia Eagles to take down the Houston Texans on Thursday Night Football, as Jalen Hurts returns to his hometown of Houston, Eagles 14-point favorites, favored by 2 tutties, over-under set for 45.5. We round out today's show with this. It looks as though Jalen Hurts is going to secure the bag with 1 year remaining on his current rookie contract because he doesn't have that 5th year on there because he was a second-round pick. That only goes for first-rounders. ESPN predicting that Jalen Hurts will get a Kyler Murray-like contract extension. Let me tell you this right now. Jalen Hurts right now, is a better quarterback as compared to Kyler Murray. He also has a better coach in Nick Sirianni as compared to Cliff Kingsbury. But you look at the Kyler Murray contract, right? 5 years, $230.5 million. Average annual value, which is what he makes per year, averaging out to $46.1 million. Guaranteed money at signing, $103 and some change. And total guaranteed money, $189.5 million. This is not a hot take by any means. Jalen Hurts as a leader, Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, Jalen Hurts with his accuracy, his playmaking right now is the better quarterback than Kyler Murray. That's a credit to the work that he's put in to progress as a passer, which has really been Josh Allen-like, as evidenced by the numbers we're about to show you. It's also a credit to the coaching staff surrounding him with the necessary pieces and play calls to bring the best and maximize his skill set, as well as Howie Roseman for how he's built this team. I will take Jalen Hurts' character. I will take Jalen Hurts' intangibles, his work ethic, and his leadership qualities any day over Kyler Murray. And if we're just talking about flat out being a player at the quarterback position, Jalen Hurts is the better quarterback than Kyler Murray. Jeremy Fowler on saying that the Eagles could give him a Kyler Murray-like contract extension. Here you go on ESPN. Extending Hurts over the summer might have cost somewhere in the high 30 millions, but no longer. With 9 quarterbacks making between $40 and $50 million per year, let's say his floor is on the lower end of that, somewhere between Derek Carr, 40+, Josh Allen, 43, and Patrick Mahomes, 45. We're talking right now, of course, his value could fluctuate depending on how Hurts and the Eagles perform over the next 10 regular season games, plus the playoffs, but that's where I'd start. And Jalen Hurts, this is my message to you, my guy. Appreciate everything you've done in the city of brotherly love, on the field, off of it, with all of your charity work, and you just being an upstanding citizen. If you want the cash, if you want to secure the bag, just continue on this trajectory because, man, if you continue to play like this, you're going to make yourself some serious dough. And for people panicking out there, keep in mind that with the new Amazon deal, with the NFL continuing to be a power, in the American sports landscape. These quarterback contracts are going to get fatter and fatter, and honestly, if he signs for $40+ million in a couple of years, if he continues on this progress and this progression, it could actually look like a bargain. More from ESPN, this time from Dan Graziano. The floor has to be, so a definitive statement there, the floor has to be Kyler Murray's deal, which came out $46.1 million a year. $103 million guaranteed at signing. That's the floor. Where the talks have to start, if I'm Hurts' agent and he keeps playing the way that he's played so far, if he wins the Super Bowl this year, or if he wins the MVP award, or both, the average has to be in the 50 millions. My question is whether he will follow Lamar Jackson's lead or push for a fully guaranteed deal. And if he does, what will the Eagles do about it? Well, if he continues to play like this, if he's in that MVP conversation, and if Jalen Hurts continues on this ascent, he will be up there, and he will secure the bag. So with that, let's ask you this. One of our poll questions for today's show, who is worth more? Is it Jalen Hurts? Is it Kyler Murray? I want to hear from you right now in the comment section. Now, big reason he's setting himself up for a massive payday. You look at how the numbers have gotten better and better year in, year out, and you've seen the progression taking place. Rookie year, he completed less than 52% of his passes. This year, it's up to 67 through 7 games. So the sample size is pretty large there. Yards per game has also gone up dramatically. Passer rating, 77.2 to 87.2, 105.1. And then, of course, yards per game going up increasingly as well. And that's because this Eagles team and this coaching staff, they have more confidence in Hurts as a passer. But again, it goes back to the work that he's been able to put in to progress as a passer in the National Football League. And there's really something to be said for how guys in the locker room rally around him. I mean, shout out to Carson Wentz. He lost the Eagles locker room. He lost the Colts locker room. And have you seen how the Commanders have rallied around Taylor Heinicke? He's lost 3 consecutive locker rooms. Jalen Hurts comes in from day one, becomes a polarizing figure that guys like to rally around and play for. Believe it or not, it's very, very important. Imagine you having your job right now and you have a boss that kind of micromanages and is kind of a dickhead and you don't like working for him. It's not going to bring the best out of you as an individual, and you're not going to like working for that boss. Same can be said for the quarterback spot. Before we get on out of here, Elon Musk, a lot of Twitter rumors right now that he's going to make people like me pay $20 for verification. Then there are rumors that it's $8 for verification. I have that blue check mark. I don't like to talk about it like my homeboy Tyler Jones, but I want everybody to show Elon Musk that I'm legit here on the Twitter sphere. And if I have to pay money for my blue check mark, I'd think about it for sure. But show Elon Musk that I'm legit. I'm at a little more than 7,000 followers right now, trying to get to 10,000 as soon as possible so that I can show Elon Musk that I'm legit on these Twitter streets. As always, appreciate everybody for watching the show, and keep it locked tomorrow for our watch party against the Houston Texans. Philly special, go Birds, EAGLES, go Phils, ring that bell, and F the Astros.